What made the popular kid at school the unpopular kid? One of the kids at our school lived with his grandma cause his parents died. Donghead and a group of his mates started harassing the old lady whenever she came to pick him up. Principal was reported this and they ended up getting expelled altogether. He recorded himself shoving carrots, cucumbers, and a bottle of hot sauce up his ass in the back of a van. Then someone found the video and shared it with the whole school. The van makes this exponentially worse. His girlfriend dumped him and moved away to a private school, so he started sending videos of him jacking off to the other popular girls in school. Why did he think that was a good idea? I think the logic there is that he would love to receive unsolicited pictures or videos, so why wouldn't they? A guy at my school got drunk at a party, got naked and inserted his peanuts into a Jim Beam bottle and ran around all crazy like with it attached, but not having to use his hands. At the time it was quite a laugh, but it wasn't until a day or so later people thought about how small the opening was to a Jim Beam bottle. That was basically the end of him. And thus the legend of Slim Jim was born. Nice one. Ha, he sabotaged himself. He was the popular guy at school and that made him feel entitled to the most popular girl at school, so he raped her. That just went from 0-100 real frickin' quick. That dude sounds like Gaston from the Beauty and the Beast, not gonna lie. She stopped handing out free Skittles. Rip Skittle girl's reputation. Having a set of keys given to him by the school. What the frick? I know. Because he was one of the really popular kids, then using those keys to break into the school and steal $30 cord of woodworking, metalworking tools. To be fair, the school got what was coming by giving keys to a student. Exactly. This happened maybe 16 years ago. I still don't understand their logic. There was one kid in my class who was the son of our maths teacher. He was crazy popular because he was able to help everyone out with their homework for that class. Turns out he was actually snooping through his dad's notes to get the answers. The teacher naturally got super suspicious after a while, so he deliberately made a fake answer sheet. Of course, the kid grabbed it and noted it all down. It was full of wrong answers, so blatant that anyone who even slightly paid attention in class would know they were way off base. The kid handed out the answers anyway, and in an instant made about half the class bomb, and his popularity dropped like a rock as they all accused him of deliberately making them fail. They moved him to another class and they never had an incident of cheating again. Is this common in the US? Where I'm from, teachers aren't allowed to teach in their child's class. I mean, I went to a private school for a year and my mum became my math teacher. Literally one of the worst experiences of my life. My 9th grade geometry teacher was the parent of one of the kids in my class. He was also the JV soccer captain and led popular jock from the larger middle school which fed into that high school. I was the only kid from the smaller high middle school. The first test had 6 extra credit points and would be graded on a curve. Teacher announces there were only 2 XAs. Young Billy, her kid, with a 92, and Flick My Bick with a 106. Guess this wasn't so hard a test since Flick My Bick didn't miss any questions, so there won't be a curve. I got the kicked out of me that day by the entire fricking JV soccer team. Frick you lady, don't call me out like that. You made it my fault. The rest of the class didn't understand how angles or proofs worked and they proved my elbow doesn't bend at that angle for long. When everyone found out he was jerking off to science teacher, she, in the class, along with his friends. This was 8th grade. Are you really jerking off alone? No, I'm with the science team. His parents gave him money and bought him all this new expensive stuff and he rubbed it in everyone's faces and everyone kind of got sick of him. We had a kid in our school who acted rich like a lot. New phone, expensive clothes, expensive accessories, watches, rings, necklace, etc. So he invited select few people, myself included, to his house for a small party. The thing is, when we got there it was a small apartment in a rundown complex. We learned that his parents worked double jobs with extra shifts to pay for all his stuff. My heart broke a lot that day from the way he acted towards his parents and so ungrateful. He shared his dong pic. It was reportedly really small. He got teased so much he had to move away. He was arrested his junior year for raping his 8-year-old sister. Yeah, that would do it. At first I thought you said yeah I would do it and my heart skipped several beats. Good reason to hate him. He really needed some prison time. What the frick? He didn't get a Sega Dreamcast, but I did, so I became the popular kid. Until a PlayStation 2 kid rolled up. He accidentally stabbed and blinded, in one eye, the nicest kid in the school by throwing a stick at him. The kid that was blinded grew up to be super successful and is now married, with a baby on the way. I feel pretty bad for both kids. If it was really an accident, it probably haunts him every day. Especially if people treated it like it was purposeful. Guy wasn't necessarily the popular kid, but it wasn't a big school so everyone knew everyone. I think between 9th and 10th grade he was found alone in his car behind the local arcade beating off. He was called Thumper from that day forward. No idea what happened after graduation, but he has to have some bad memories of those years. Started straight up lying to teachers to get people in trouble. Don't know how he thought that was gonna work out. He had his pants. I remember a guy at my school kept on asking to use the restroom, and the teacher kept refusing. Eventually, he went up to a trash can, dropped throw, and took it. This was middle school, but nevertheless, folks remember it to this day. If that was my school he would have been a legend. Exactly. We had a kid whip his dong out and pee in the trash can after giving warning to the teacher that if she didn't let him go he was going to quote, drop pants and piss in a trash can. The guy was a legend for that power move, complete with the follow through too. What punishment did he receive? Did he get suspended? When he was caught taking upskirt photos of girls in school and sending them to his friends, his popularity went from hero to zero in a split second. Yikes, that's sexual harassment and felony, right? I wish I'd known this in grade 9. A guy in the hall took an upskirt pic of me when I was waiting to go downstairs. You know how crowded the halls get when class lets out. I was so embarrassed, because I figured it was my fault for standing too close. Only years later did I realize how fricked up that whole situation, and my reaction was. He apparently fricked his dog. Even if it didn't happen, this pretty much fricked his social standing. A girl I went to school with did that. She was extremely vocal about it too. She got pregnant and the school-wide joke was she was expecting puppies. Wait, what? She was and still is hypersexual. I'm not sure what the hell is going on with her mental health wise, but it's not okay. People stopped sitting with her at lunch when she wouldn't stop talking about her sexual goals that included a horse. Rape. He was at a graduation party that I had the misfortune to attend, and his ex, who was also there, was asleep on the couch. He took her upstairs to get her away from all the noise. 5 minutes later we hear a scream and a "get off of me." She comes running downstairs, frantically pulling up her pants, and runs out. She told us what happened after a few days. The guy heard and tried to break into her house. He's in prison for assault and battery. He gave her a black eye while he was upstairs, rape, and breaking and entering. She's in therapy, and we are housemates now in college, because she goes out with the girl I'm sharing the house with. Damn, that really pisses me off how some people think it's fine to use sleep as an excuse of consent. He thought he was untouchable, because he always got away with it. I just thank whatever God there is that this was the first time he did something like this. In elementary school, so popularity was already sort of a nebulous concept, but one boy got pantsed at recess and was found to be wearing diapers. Pretty sure he was incontinent, which has got to be a rough freaking road for a little kid, especially since he didn't seem to have any other noticeable disabilities. Jesus Christ, I bet that destroyed him. In grade 1 we made fun of someone for wearing baby underwear. It's absurd, I can still remember it, but it had like sailboats or something on it and we made fun of him about it. It was grade 1. What the frick? I was never really a bully, but for some reason I said it when I saw it. Kids will find anything to make fun of. I got made fun of in 5th grade for wearing plain white, long socks as opposed to ankle socks. Not long socks with shorts and sandals or anything, just long socks with my pants. I got made fun of in 5th grade for wearing plain white. Long socks as opposed to ankle socks. Nelson. HAHA. He punched the autistic kid, then proceeded to get jumped by every single guy that saw him in school for the next week until his parents had him switch schools. When she made fun of me in front of everyone for wearing a yellow shirt to school. It was just a plain yellow shirt and she somehow found a way to mock the color. It was so unnecessary and made her look like someone who was just rude for no reason. Everyone quickly realized that she thought people were automatically on her side cause she was somewhat rich, and she just became a joke after that. Maybe she had some childhood trauma involving lemons. Maybe her mother used to steal lemons. Freaking lemon stealing whores.